Hello, folks, and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I just sidetracked myself with my own joke.
Yes, you did.
I'm your host, Johnny Hellcat, and with me today are Minions Sanguine.
Good evening, all.
Hey, Camel.
Hello, hello.
And traveling exhibit, Travis Gardner.
Howdy.
How you guys doing today?
I'll let them answer first, and then I'll pick up the rear.
After you, Travis.
Well, after the MPs disappeared, everything went pretty good.
Well, that's going to take some
The
explaining.
military police were bothering you?
Well, I live in Oklahoma City. I pulled over on the side of the road because I needed to do some of my paperwork, and I thought, well, this is a nice little spot that I could just sit for a little bit. And I'm sitting there and I'm typing on my laptop in there, trying to fill in some work orders and get parts ordered. And I heard there, and there was two guys there, and they wanted to know why the hell I was just parked there. And I'm just sitting there, and I got a laptop in the van, in this white van next to me, and I'm just sitting there.
It's like I got a case of the nunyas.
And I'm like, can't you see that I'm working?
Well, it's a good thing that you didn't respond by just holding up the bag of candy while sitting in your white van and go, "Did you want a piece?"
It's sweet, sweet candy.
So they asked me, like, okay, can we just see some ID and we'll be on our way. So I showed them my ID, and they called the place I worked for to verify that it was real.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fun begins, because I hear the guy's like, okay, he's in the background. He's like, okay, they switched me over to the service manager, and now the service manager has switched me over to the to HR. And then they're like, yeah, it checks out. It's a real place, and he works there.
Nice.
Okay. Well, what was happening was they called, and the first person that answered was the sales manager, who thought it was fucking hilarious.
So I started passing it around so that everyone else could get a giggle.
So he calls the service manager to tell him what happened and connects the guy over to service. And he thinks it's really funny, and he connects me over to the HR person, which our HR person just does payroll.
Mm-hmm.
And she finally like, yeah, he works here. And then they pull off, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go to a gas station and I'm gonna sit there and not be anywhere near fucking Tinker.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I get there, they all call me, and they all are in the service department on speakerphone, just mocking the hell out of me.
Nice.
I'm like, this is why I like working for small companies, because we can get away with shit like this.
And because people actually have humor.
Oh, I would have drawn that out as long as possible. Oh, I'm sorry, did I get you the wrong person? Oh, let me try this number.
Just kept kicking it around.
Every single person in the company.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello, lumber department. Did you know that Travis is being detained?
Mm-hmm. So, Camel, I think you're up next now.
My day was all right. Cleaning around the house, visiting with Nana. Not much going on one way or the other.
Fair enough. Sounds like a nice day. Then for me, my day went well. Hit the farmer's market yesterday. So I was able to pick up some Mangalitsa pork, which is amazing. And I'll be having some of that tomorrow night. Then just ran my normal grocery run this morning. Woke up, dicked around, had some fun. Now just cooking up my dinner. So sauteing up some mushrooms, heating up some oil. Going to be slicing up an onion here, and then frying some chicken. Finishing off the mushrooms and onions, and then I'm going to have a... I haven't decided whether I'm going to do quesadillas or what I'm going to do with it. But it's going to be something... Or these things wrapped in cheese and tortilla. In some manner.
Excellent.
How about you, Johnny?
Other than usual customer service stuff, not too bad.
I'm hearing about this one guy, Travis, who got pulled over by the cops. And
Well, my wife describes them as purely Travis incidents because it's like, oh, well, you're the only person in the world that this is probably going to happen to today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that happens to me. My friends call me the statistic.
And I'm reading Assassin of the Grey. I've just said MP because that's my assumption. They weren't like in a Humvee or something. It was just like a regular like Explorer, but they were not wearing anything. They were not in like Midwest City or Dell City police. So I just said MP as in I'm just assuming that they were something that had to do with Tinker because I was over there next to one of their like rear radar stations or something.
Could have also just been the base cops because you have MPs and then depending on the area, some areas insist that they have effectively local cops that also patrol the base.
MPs drive
Which
cities.
is fucking weird.
Yeah. No, I wasn't. I was just kind of like really confused, and I just kind of wanted them to go away. So I'm like, here's my driver's license. Please leave.
Mm-hmm. So you were saying, Johnny,
Oh, sorry.
before I cut in on you again.
No, I was just gonna say I actually have stories.
Ah.
And with the typical stories that I have, they always follow a pattern. This pattern being Ohio woman, 25, gored and tossed 10 feet in the air by bison at Yellowstone National Park.
Leave the buffalo alone, people.
For fuck's sake.
Don't kink shame.
Hence the time. hence the title. This makes how many?
It seems to happen rather frequently, and it tends to be just buffalo, doesn't it? Occasionally a bear, but normally it's buffalo.
Typically, yeah. It's
I gotta imagine the further north you get, you got some tourist who's gonna, walk up on a moose like a moron. I imagine that's gotta happen with some frequency.
Yeah, but Canadians are ridiculously polite.
I said tourists. These are tourists.
Yeah, but you said moose. Canadians are just moose. You didn't know this? It's kind of like Russians are dancing circus bears.
or they're riding bikes.
See, I always thought of Canadians more as like Rocky, not Bullwinkle.
Ah.
Small and, not imposing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Let's see here.
Either way, they're still being hunted by Boris and Natasha under directions of fearless leader.
They will not stop chasing moose and squirrel.
Exactly.
See, I never picked up any kind of Russian accent. I even do a bad like German. I try and stay away from accents.
Why do I feel like your bad German becomes something just completely fucking random? Like, your German accent suddenly becomes Japanese or Hindu or some shit like that.
Or it starts off just as the accent you're going to, but just bleeds into German.
That's just so common. If you're trying to do anything Eastern European, you'll either bleed Russian or you'll bleed German.
I would probably I think if I were to try to do a German accent, it probably came out sounding like Jason Statham in Snatch making fun of Tommy for having a pistol.
The Germans.
Yeah. So it would probably sound more British than German.
Fair enough.
Let's see here. A 25-year-old from Gov City approached the bison. You fucking moron. As it walked near the boardwalk at Black Sand Basin, according to a news release from the National Park Service. Consequently, the bison gored the gored bison. That's you don't want that. The bison gored the woman and tossed her 10 feet in the air. They wrote. The woman was transported to Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center with a puncture wound and other injuries, park officials said. Additional details were not shared by the park, which did not immediately respond to People's request for comment. This is a copy from a People magazine article.
So, and another thing about these stories, do you guys notice how it is almost 100% of the time the woman? It seems to, the vast majority of the time, be a woman that's deciding, they're really cute, I want to get closer.
Well,
Johnny, I don't recall a male dumbass doing this in a good long while, at the very least. I think it has been a consecutive string.
Yeah, it's been typically women who have been gored or close to.
They definitely get the most hang time, and that's what I count most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, their gravity center is all in the hips, so they it's a good center point, so they get that centrifugal force going. No, but the one where they actually there was a couple of dudes from Canada that saw a baby bison by itself.
Oh no!
And
Wait.
they picked it up and put it in the back of their car.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
This is about 5 years back or so, and they actually had to put it out because the mother rejected it afterwards.
Yep.
They had to put it down?
They had to put it down. It was too young to sustain itself.
So I do have an important question.
Damn you Canadians!
How good is bison veal?
I've actually never had it, so
I have had cow veal, and if bison is better than cow, bison veal must be way better than cow veal.
That's kind of what I was thinking. That they might have gone, oh yeah, sorry, we accidentally did this. We weren't thinking. We were just stupid. Really, they just wanted some really fucking amazing veal.
Well, bison isn't bad, so I'm just assuming that the veal's pretty good.
Bison is phenomenal.
Bison's right up there with beef and emu.
So did they say she was launched in the air 10 feet? How much distance are we talking, like horizontal? Like if we're like at the Olympics and this is the long jump, is she medaling?
I doubt it.
Come on, she might not be doing the long jump. It might be more of like a sheaf toss.
Well, the only thing we have to
where
compare
it's just
it to
up and down.
Well, the only thing we have to compare it to is the 9-year-old who got tossed into the tree from a couple of years back. And I mean, a 9-year-old compared to a 25-year-old, that's just two different weight classes.
Yeah.
And it's also two different classes, because a 9-year-old, okay, they're 9. They of course, they may not know better. If you're 25 and getting gored by a bison because you think it's cute, you're fucking stupid.
Well, I mean, also, Travis, there's something else to consider. If you're 9 in a national park, chances are there's an adult that's responsible for you somewhere nearby. So it's kind of on them.
Yeah, usually
Not really the kid.
usually behind the camera.
Well, they either have really stupid parents, or they have parents like mine. Like, well, let him figure it out for himself.
Go on, this will be funny. Get the camera ready.
That is true.
This will be a learning experience.
That is true, Frosted. It is farther than any of us can throw a 9-year-old.
I don't know, man. If I got started working out again, I could probably toss a 9-year-old good distance.
Yeah, I can probably toss a 9-year-old a fuck ton.
I mean, like, how much does a 9-year-old weigh anyway? It's been a good long while since I've been 9, so.
I think
Well,
it really,
Travis currently has the white van. Travis, how much does a 9-year-old weigh?
Oh, damn.
Too much.
I had to do that callback. It was just screaming at me there.
I kept making those jokes with Jack about my van. It's like, Jack, when you bring the van back, please hose it out first.
Nice.
I do recall that now, but I'd forgotten all about the van until Sanguine said something.
You know, if you can call it a van, it's a Transit Connect.
Assassin says average 60 pounds. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely not beating a buffalo tossing a 9-year-old. But I still think I could get a pretty good distance.
I could probably win 60 pounds of fair distance.
If you're like doing like a shot put where you're you grab onto them and then you spin yourself around and then release, probably.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely making it out of the driveway at the very least. Then yeah.
Is this going to be like the hammer throw, or is this like the?
Yeah, there you go. Just grab the kid by the ankle, spin.
Spin. Woof. There you go.
See, now I just want to go midget tossing.
They're asking about that Oklahoma shooting, the Tulsa one, I guess.
Who? What?
There was another shooting in Tulsa, yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Yesterday, yeah.
They came out with a reason because they found a letter on him that said it was because he was in so much pain from a supposedly botched back surgery.
Oh, the guy with the insane eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had never heard of that, so I have no idea.
Yeah, they had a press conference at like 10:15 this morning about it. I didn't get to catch that because I had other stuff to attend to, but apparently he had back surgery a couple months back. It wasn't that long ago, was it, Travis?
Yeah, they said it was 2 weeks, which I don't understand because most people know that had back surgery, they're barely even mobile after 2 weeks.
Yeah, see, I couldn't remember when the surgery actually happened. I remember them saying like he bought the rifle the day of, like a couple hours beforehand, and the pistol a couple days before that.
Well,
And that he was in pain from that surgery. Went to go shoot the surgeon that did it, and anybody that got in the way. So.
See, I don't. Well, of course, the letter on him, yeah, that makes it. It's like, okay, I get it, and plus, I have been in back pain to the point that I was a little delirious. But this guy probably had something wrong with him before all of this happened.
Yeah, that was probably just a breaking point. Yeah, Sanguine. The crazy eyes test never fails in these scenarios for me.
Mm-hmm.
In these trying times.
I hear about one of these events happening, end up seeing a picture of the shooter at some point. It's like, yeah, crazy eyes.
Let's see if there's anything else in this story. Let's see. Nope.
About the buffalo?
Yep.
Yes, please. Let's get away from that.
Well,
Yeah.
there's nothing left. When an animal is near this campsite, give it space. Yeah, no shit.
This is why I'm an indoor camel. All right.
Oh, speaking of crazy eyes, actually, this can go into our next story. Do you guys know what the Office of Public Instruction is supposed to do?
Instruct the public in something.
That'd be my guess too.
Okay, because I didn't know. So
I'm going out on a limb. I don't know what the something is, but they're instructing the public about it.
let's see. Office of Public Instruction.
Is that what? Is that the new name of Nina Jenkowicz's office?
It sounds like it should be.
Talk about crazy eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hell, you can.
Oh, go ahead.
You could tell that she had crazy eyes when I was listening to her on NPR.
I think what sealed the deal for me was the show tunes.
Yeah.
Anyway, you found the Office of Public Instruction, Johnny?
Okay, let's see. The Department of Public Instructions is a state agency that advances public education in libraries. Okay, so it's essentially a super teacher. Well, I had also heard from a friend of mine. There's a Montana story here. This is from the New York Post. Top Montana school official fined for driving by a school bus.
Oh yeah, that's illegal. If it's stopped and it has its light on.
Yeah. And of all people, supposed to be caring for kids, she just blasts right by him. Now I got honked at by a bus that wasn't even stopped yet for turning away from the bus while it was stopping.
Yep.
I just waved to him and drove off because I'm like, bitch, you weren't even stopped yet, so don't even yell at me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the things that a lot of people forget about, that if a bus is stopped, it's actually illegal to pass the bus. And as long as it has its light on that indicates that it's stopping to let people off. And it does not matter if the bus driver is an idiot and waves you past. You still cannot drive past the bus until such time as it flips off that indicator.
$100 fine is way too low for that.
Well, they're just kids, so no one gives a shit about them.
I mean, that should be much more. And I don't normally like, hey, let's fine the shit out of people, but this is something that should be pretty fucking obvious that it's a hazard, and we should fine people for.
Let's see here.
Do you guys happen to know why the buses have that arm off the front of them now?
Arm off the front of them.
You know how buses, when they stop and let kids out, there's this metal arm that swings out like 3 feet in front of the bus?
Not in any on any bus I see in my area, but
isn't that for so that people don't run in front of the bus itself?
Yes, it's so that the incident that actually caused that to become common equipment was a couple kids got off the bus, and every day they got into the habit of they would walk in front of the bus, wait for the street to be completely clear and then walk off. And the bus driver thought that they had done that. He had seen them do it 100 times before, thought that they had already walked off, and pulled out right on top of the kids. So after that, they made that little bit standard equipment for buses. So that now there's like a 3-foot pole that sticks out the front of a bus when it comes to a stop. That folds back to the front.
It's like a windshield wiper
when
for
it's
kids.
moving. Yep.
Okay, as morbid as is running over children with a school bus, Keeve said that there was a cemetery shooting in her town today. Was there a funeral going on, or was somebody just trying to, nip the zombie apocalypse in the bud? Like, I have questions now.
Inquiring minds need to know.
So she got a $100 fine. Is there anything else that is it just gonna be that slap on the wrist?
Let's see. Helena, municipal court judge Ann Peterson pulled $400 and $500 fine and told Arnson she can get a citation removed if she had a clean driving record for over 2 months.
Oh, that's bullshit.
2 months? That's it?
That is a really short time period, yeah.
$100 and 2 months of driving probation?
It's a male privilege. Oh, wait. Hey, look at that crazy bitch. Hey, Travis, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I guessed sociologist when I saw the picture.
Yeah, that is my friend that is into fat studies. They are a fat studies professor. She studies. It is the go and look at her research, and you can see. I wonder if that is. Is it research or CV? Try CV and see if it lists off all of her publications.
Okay,
CV would have all the publications and shit like that. Yeah.
I'm a junior college dropout. So does MPH mean Masters of Public Health? Is that what that means?
Yes.
Yes.
Fat studies.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit oxymoronic there, right?
Science and art should never be together.
Yeah, I went to that college before I was kicked out.
Is there an interesting story as to the kick out, or?
Okay. Yes, but I'm trying to figure out if everybody oh my God, you're such an idiot, Travis, for telling it, because it simultaneously got me kicked out of USAO, that college, and OU medical school.
Wait, you got kicked out of 2 schools for the same shit?
Yes.
The fuck did you do?
Okay, this is 2006, so guys, don't hold this too much against me. But
Does this involve the white van still?
No, I didn't. I was unemployed at this time, but what I did was this is 2006, before they had where they could electronically secure transcripts.
Mm-hmm.
So they did it all on paper, and it was just in sealed envelopes, and they had a specific seal on it.
Oh, you faked the...
I faked my transcript as a Bachelor of Biology, and then submitted it to OU Medical School.
God damn.
It'd have been more impressive if you made it.
Man, if I made it, that would have been funny. But what happened is that OU Medical School automatically requested my transcript, and then all of a sudden they had 2 transcripts.
Oh man.
And the 2 transcripts were very different, weren't they?
Yep.
Just a bit.
Oh, okay. If you ever do take my suggestion and get the commissioned American Gothic tragic Gardner avatar. He's got to have the golf club and now a stethoscope.
But yeah, it's 2000. That was 2006. So I was just out of I was in the. I graduated from high school in 2003. So so I was not even a junior yet in college. And they took that all away from me, so I had to go back through all of my college to get my new degrees, which are legitimate. Well.
And he'll even fax you the transcript to prove it.
Do you still have a copy of that transcript?
It was. I only had one, and they kept it because they wanted to use as an example.
Can you copy that for me? Because it's my only copy.
Yeah. Well, they used a raised seal, and each one of them were signed by the registrar at the college.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend that worked in the registrar's office, and I just wandered in there one day, and they're like,
Did you stick it in a stack of paper and they actually did it?
well, what happened is that the registrar's office was extremely lazy, so they just stamped and signed a whole bunch of blank ones before they printed them out.
Travis, do you happen to know if Frank Abagnale's offices were in Tulsa or Oklahoma City?
Probably Tulsa. But I noticed this, and I'm like, well, it's just stupid if I don't do it. So
Holy
I grabbed.
Johnny, you're aware of who Frank Abagnale is or was, right?
Is that the Catch Me If You Can guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just assumed Sanguine knew.
Mm-hmm.
I am nowhere near that bright. Otherwise, I would be like sitting in a hospital right now.
I have
just Travis there with his white coat. I concur, doctor.
Yes.
doctor.
Moving on.
Doctor.
Yeah, doctor.
Just wander off and like, okay, and then let me go consult, and then just Wikipedia it.
Okay, this just
You would
reminded
vouch
me
your
of
doctor.
this just reminded me of something that pisses me off and pissed me off at the time. You guys know that I was an EMT for a while.
Yep.
Yes.
The number of times that I would be getting a report from someone for like a inter-facility transfer, so going from one facility to another, so I actually get a report from the nurse when that shit happens. And I'll be told, or I was told, that this patient is on droplet precaution. Oh, what are they on droplet precaution for? MRSA. That's not droplet precaution. So are they on touch precaution or are they on droplet precaution? They're on droplet precaution. Okay, so what is it on? MRSA. And I would have to have them pull up the record and read through it myself and then explain to people, this thing right here, this word, Burkholderia, that's a droplet precaution. MRSA isn't. Burkholderia is. He's on droplet because of Burkholderia, not MRSA. What the fuck? Know your patients.
Well, yeah, I'm not a doctor, but I have noticed that doctors kind of forgot how to treat contagious diseases. I think that was blatantly obvious in the last 2 years, that the idea that they know what they're doing when it comes to a disease that is spreading through the air or through the touch, that they're just like, oh, fuck, I don't know.
See, the thing is that doctors that are the issue so much as it tends to be the administration of the facility.
I've noticed that at a
most-
recent
a
hospital
lot.
visit. Like they're still doing the mask and temperature check when you walk in, right?
Mm-hmm.
I walk in. The FedEx guy had gone in before me. He was already in the elevator, and he was going ahead and holding it for me. And I just walked on in. Lady at the front desk had her mask dangling from one ear, smiling and waving. Didn't even stop me.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I had a mask on, so I was being somewhat compliant at least. But yeah, she didn't even stop to I just get in the elevator. What floor are you going to? And then this one. Bong. All right, let's go. But like the day before that, there were two older guys there. They're like, sir, we need to stop. Like you guys aren't even applying this shit evenly.
Yep. Yeah, and it's something that you notice a lot. That you'll have a lot of people that are in the field, and they'll actually know what the fuck they're talking about, and they'll be good on that shit. And then you have some stuffed suit who they'll occasionally see a patient when they're driving into work or when they're clocking out. That's about it, and those are the people that make a lot of the policies. So those people have fuck all knowledge what the hell they're talking about, but they're the ones making all the policies as to what the hell happens.
It's part of the whole breakdown. When you set these procedures in place to do stuff like that, and you just like, it's a variable enforcement, you might as well just not even have them.
Yep.
It's kind of like, okay, the Texas shooting. Everybody's like, oh, we need this, we need that, we need this. It's like they had everything in place. Somebody just didn't lock a fucking door back properly. They were not following the procedures for security and just like, I'm just gonna shut the door, but I'm not gonna lock it. What's the worst that can happen?
Quick, Johnny, pull up another buffalo trampling story.
Actually, I have another one. Not a buffalo trample story, but this one.
Who else did what stupid with what animal?
A 9-year-old is seen recovering in a Washington hospital. She was attacked by a cougar.
God damn, they're horny now. Normally they at least wait for someone to get into their, like, teens or 20s. Wrong type of cougar?
Yeah, I'd say.
Well, there was a cougar that got into a school, I think in California, and I thought that was funny. It was I think, was that 2-3 days ago now?
I hadn't heard about that.
I like how she's giving the thumbs up. It's like, I live, bitch.
Yeah, but she's mangled as fuck.
Uh,
Those are battle scars, though. That's like
Yeah.
the guy behind her. Why is he giving the thumbs up? What's his role in this story?
Let's see here. A 9-year-old is recovering at a hospital in Washington State after being attacked by a cougar while playing hide and seek outdoors with her friends, according to Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife.
Oh, good luck pronouncing that name, Johnny.
Lily Foreign was attacked Saturday as she jumped out to surprise her friends. Peekaboo! Oh shit!
Here.
Department said in a statement, the children had been attending camp near Fruitland in northern Washington, about 70 miles from Spokane. Lily was taken to a hospital for treatment, where she is in the intensive care unit and making amazing recovery. The writer said in a statement. We're extremely thankful for the resiliency. We're impressed with her spunk in the face of this unfortunate encounter, said the Wildlife Department's Captain Mike Sprecher. It happened fast,
okay.
and we were thankful that the adults at the camp responded so quickly. Apparently not quick enough.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out why they got that sergeant from the fish and game department or whatever giving the thumbs up in that picture. Like, did he kill the mountain lion that attacked her, or?
I don't know, but it looks like
Just like, sorry we didn't get there faster. Like, what was he there for?
That's 2018, so that's.
Hey, Eddie, how's it going?
Eddie.
Hey, Eddie. And also, I'm happy Cannibalistic Wizard also jumped in on it's an old drunk woman just jonesing for sex.
Well, I had already made one of those jokes for the California mountain lion in the school, so I said, hey, first time in a while that a cougar didn't fuck a kid in school.
Nice.
So yeah, that is now that's got to be like
Prime example of why I'm an indoor camel. Yeah.
You want to know how I got these scars?
No, I don't. I was just trying to read my newspaper while I wait for the bus. Get away from me, weirdo.
Mom always said. Oh man. Oh, good lord.
So do we have any more animal attack stories for the night?
Let's see. I think we might be good there. There was a well, there is one. I can throw this one in here.
So, I mean, I guess the message of tonight's episode, ladies and gentlemen of the chat, is if you know any tree-hugging hippies, remind them that nature will kill them. Or try to, at the very least.
Pack of coyotes attack man and dog in southwest Edmonton. Even the Canadians are getting their end.
I was really expecting you to just pull the damn nature you scary.
We've been saying this for years. Like
it has been a while. We've been trying to tell you. Yes.
Okay.
Ever since I started posting the articles on Lords of the Night, I am the unofficially official wild animal attack correspondent for the Lords of the Night.
Well, you are Hellcat. It makes sense that Hellcat would be reporting on the animal-based news.
Yeah, it's 2 coyotes have killed a man and his dog that were attacked on Tuesday in the Thibault Park area of southwest Edmonton. Troy French, operations manager for the Animal Control Park Ranger Peace Officer Program, said it's believed 5 coyotes were involved in a pack attack Tuesday against a man and his dog. 2 of the coyotes were believed to have been involved or killed. They were alleged, and they even got the axe.
You guys remember when was it Rick Perry was governor of Texas? Didn't he like shoot a coyote while he was on his jog? Or was it a snake?
It sounds like something Rick Perry would do.
Well, like that was like the only time I was like, "What the fuck are you doing jogging with a?" I was like, "Texas, okay."
I mean
Get a treadmill, motherfucker! You're the governor. What are you doing?
Yeah, but then how will he shoot a snake while he's on his jog?
I mean, I'm just trying to mitigate stuff, Sanguine. I guess he's actively looking for. Fine, okay.
He's out for blood.
Okay, did the article not say that they were killed?
The man and his dog,
were
yes.
treated for minor injuries.
Oh no, the coyotes have been killed.
The coyotes were killed. I know that.
Yeah, it said that a man. The way that he read it.
The way that it read is, I thought that it sounded like they were killed.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2 of the coyotes.
But yeah, but
No.
After the pack that they were a part of attacked a man and his dog.
The way he originally read it,
Yes, it did sound that way.
it sounded like the man and his dog had been killed, and then
Yeah, because I was in there, it's like, damn, dude, how big are these coyotes they got in Canada? What's going on
Yeah.
there? Because coyotes everywhere pretty much, but they're smaller.
also, what sort of shit did you have to do to the native population for coyote to hunt you down personally?
feed it, apparently.
I think he was going with the whole trickster god thing.
The mythology reference.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Elephant flips over car with family in it at nature park. Oh, that's awesome. Black bear bites 12-year-old. Okay.
I don't know, man. I probably want to know, like, what did they do to piss off that elephant that he went ahead and just like, oh yeah, oh, fuck your car.
Oh, here's one. Florida man.
Okay. I'm assuming there's gonna be an alligator involved at some point. I called it.
Florida man killed for looking for frisbee by a gator.
Okay.
I'm willing to bet you,
how
Johnny.
hard he was laughing for a moment there that it was going to be something like Florida man's penis bitten off by alligator.
I was gonna say I was expecting, cause when I first saw the article, I just saw Florida man and gator, and I'm like, please let this be Florida man raped by alligator while looking for frisbee.
Well, Johnny, I'm willing to bet you even that dumbass didn't call it false.
Sorry.
Because he's too busy. He's too busy with the bath salts and no culture.
You know how people are like, they're like, their last, they always say their last words are like, hey, watch this, or, oh shit. I think my last word is going to probably go, huh.
Might be figures.
Yeah. I don't really, I just have like the weirdest luck sometimes. It's not like I'm like doing anything bad. It's just like, just stupid things happen to me, like my car catching on fire.
Oh, let's read the comments, Johnny.
Oh yes.
Because Bobby there, he's already got me. This man should not have been there. A frisbee was not that important. Not important. No shit, Bobby. Did you not read the part where it said Florida man?
They brought in the gator for questioning it.
Let's see. People should stay out of the woods and water. Once where a kid flipped off of a raft behind a boat
Into a bed of water
moccasins
moccasins?
and died on the
Ooh.
spot with hundreds of bites. They are not your swimming pools. They are dangerous, and even getting water in your ears.
In water these temps can kill you today? Is the water that hot or that cold? What the fuck are they talking about?
The gator is just being a gator. We humans need to be more aware. Less about me.
And what they're talking about is, I think, the
What
a couple of years ago you had the people with encephalitis.
What website is this from, Johnny? News 4? Where?
News 4 Jax, so Jacksonville.
And nobody in Jacksonville is an Archer fan? Come on. I was hoping for somebody to do like that episode quote.
Did anyone get the frisbees?
But yeah, I mean, if you just wade into the water and it's like, I'm gonna get my frisbee, and all of a sudden, gator.
Doesn't prove the gator killed him. Alligators love dead meat, and the deader the better as far as gators go.
Yeah, he died.
This guy's done some experiments.
He died of a heart attack, and then the gator's like, well, just can't waste it. That doesn't even make sense.
Not even a Happy Gilmore reference in here about like Chubbs in his hand. Nothing. I'm disappointed in the good people of Jacksonville. I tell you.
Well,
But yeah, the reference to the getting some water in your ear at these temps can kill you is probably a reference to the incident a few years ago when you had a bunch of, I think it was people in Florida, that ended up dying of, it was, God damn it, I had it on the tip of my tongue, amoebal encephalitis. Because it was an amoeba in the water source.
Now, what do you
Oh,
call
go-
the frisbee discs, if you will?
Valine said that she lived in Jacksonville for 8 years. Don't go in water you can't see bottom. That's why Jenny Springs is so popular.
That's just a general rule of life that I have everywhere. If I don't know if I can't see the bottom of the water, I just don't go into it. I don't like lakes or any bodies. I just never was a boating or lake or let's go swimming in this body of water I have nothing in. I have no ideas in it.
A friend of mine had a pond in his yard, and he's like, "Yeah, let's go swimming." And I was like, "All right," and I went full sprint.
No.
Did a cannonball in there, and he's just like, he didn't even have a chance to stop me. Like,
Nah, I'd have been like, you first, motherfucker.
As-
I don't know what's in there.
as I am about to hit the water, I look down, and there is a bundle of danger noodles
Nope.
just in the area, and I'm like, I am fucked. And
You would have seen me. You would have seen me backtracking like an action cartoon.
I hit the water, and as soon as I hit the ground, I was up, and I was walking that water like I was Jesus. I was out.
Just hot footing it the whole way across, huh?
I was just imagining Camel just like seeing that bundle of the snakes down there, and then just start flapping so much he actually gets lift.
There was, it was just garter snakes. So fortunately, they were just little harmless little bastards.
They still bite.
But it still scared the fuck out of me. So I didn't care. I got the fuck out of there.
Nah, man, I don't like snakes at all. Not in person. Not in movies. You know. Mm-mm.
Okay, Indy.
Oh,
Say what?
Okay, Indy.
Okay, now we get done with your references.
I always avoid snakes, but the last time I came into contact with snakes was not outside. I was just sitting in here.
I swear to God, if you're about to tell a story about a septic snake.
Oh no, the cat.
I always look down before I go to take a shit.
The cat.
I've seen too many of those like stories on Discovery Channel. Nope, I ain't risking it.
The cat, Tonk. She comes walking in here, and I thought, oh, she must have picked up like a cable or something, and then I seen the cable just start on its own, and I'm like, what the? How did you find a fucking snake? You're an inside cat. There's no access to outside. She found a snake somewhere in the house, and ever since then, I'm paranoid about how did the fucking snake get in the house? I mean, it was a tiny one. It was just a baby snake, but still, I don't want indoor snakes.
I hope the gator is smart enough to scram so he doesn't get caught. Gator on the loose.
Let's be honest, that gator just ate a Florida man. That gator died of OD.
Heart palpitations due to a combination meth fentanyl overdose.
Mm-hmm.
Man bites gator, rethinks life. This one, if you can't see it, don't go into it. There you go.
Yeah, that's what Valine said. Yeah.
That's a good idea about pretty much everything, not just water. If you can't look into it, don't go in it. That was funnier in my head, guys. I have a migraine, and I'm winging
See,
it.
I was just thinking that your girlfriend might get a bit annoyed with that.
I think my girlfriend would get kind of annoyed about the wife, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Or they would just say, "Hey, you could have him," and I didn't need him around the house anymore. He brings bad luck. He set my car on fire.
What's a frisbee cost these days? I guess it was more than he thought. He saw it was a rare white with gold competition model, and the gator saw Uber Eats.
Yeah, that's like maybe 10, 15 bucks worth of plastic tops. Ain't no. Especially not in Florida. No.
Weird fact about me. I don't think I've never owned a frisbee.
I'm glad global warming, coronavirus, and bigotry killed the dinosaurs. If not, we'd all be dead.
See, now, I'm just thinking about how there's the way that you can get someone's ashes put inside a frisbee.
Okay. You have my attention.
Get him cremated, get him put inside a frisbee. Suddenly, one of his progeny dies trying to fetch their father again.
Circle
Same
of
fucking
life.
alligator.
And he gets attacked by another alligator. He went out doing what he
I'm pretty
loved.
sure that wasn't that kind of like Jaws 3, or am I thinking of 4? Where like Chief Brody's youngest son gets killed, and like the brother. No, I think that was 3. That's the one that had
I think
Michael
that was
Caine as
3,
like
yeah.
the pilot. Somebody asked him once, like, "Did you ever watch Jaws 3?" He's like, or "Did you ever see Jaws 3?" He's like, "No, but I did see the house that it bought."
Nice.
What?
Cat talking to you.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost time for my midnight snack, dude.
Get on it.
Valine, I'm not going to go out in a cool manner like getting attacked by an apex predator. I'm probably going to die like falling off a step stool trying to figure out how to get the box of cereal off the top of the fridge.
You're gonna be like the Atkins diet guy.
Or get trapped in an attic like I did once.
No, he's gonna be
I mean,
the
I know
Segway.
how I. Oh, sorry, Simon. Go ahead.
He's going to be the Segway guy.
I was like, I know how I want to go out, but more than likely, it'd be like slipping in the shower, like of the Final Destination. Have someone find me, think I was, died jerking off or something.
Oh,
Gotta love that awkward silence.
Oh yeah, I would most definitely lose a frisbee made of a loved one's remains. Hell, I might lose a loved one's remains and they're still not even cremated. Where's the body, Travis? Oh, fuck.
I think I'd have the question like, why do you have the body, Travis, first before we got to where is it?
Well, I got fucking. We're a cheap family. I have a van, and why are we going to rent the damn hearse?
Everything just keeps coming back to that van, though, doesn't it?
I love how that is like developing its own lore. Yeah.
The Minions van lore.
Well, hold up. No.
You don't get to tie us into your crimes with that van.
Yeah,
No,
like, I am neither an accomplice nor.
I'm gonna go get Camel. We're just gonna raise hell in Oklahoma in a Ford Transit Connect.
Okay, I have a question before you do any hell raising.
I mean, you get like one of those '70s vans with like the
Are there windows in the back?
barbarian chick on the side or something? I mean, we could talk, but like
Yeah,
some
the-
plain old panel van that you know.
It-
Nah.
Are there
It's
at
a-
least windows?
Yes, there are windows in it. I don't know why, but there's windows in it.
I think if you're gonna go with a van, you gotta go like full cheese, right? You know, barbarian
See-
chick, you know, on the side, you know, shag carpet.
See, now I have to ask because of your. I don't know why. Did you paint over the windows?
Well, it's not my van, so I can't paint over the windows in it. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yet.
Well, it you know, if there's an apocalypse, I'm taking the van because it's the perfect apocalypse vehicle.
You don't even have to worry about stopping for food for a little bit. The bags and bags of candy should hold you for a bit of time.
At least give you enough of a sugar rush that you can properly bug out. Yeah.
Hold on. So you guys know what it looks like.
I don't want to be
I'm
called to
picturing-
testify, Travis.
I'm
I
picturing
don't
a
have to
Sprinter
identify
van.
vehicles
Am I
and
right?
whatnot. A what?
I'm picturing a Sprinter van. Am I right?
It's a tiny Sprinter van,
Yep.
basically. I wish it was a Sprinter van because I'm a Mercedes person and it would just be cool to just be able to have a Mercedes all day. Even though I heard they ride like shit.
Oh, they're an absolute pig if you turn them into an ambulance.
Well, I think the Sprinters are based off the C-Class chassis. So yeah, I would expect it would because it's not that heavy.
See, if I'm riding in the zombie apocalypse, I want that 1970 shaggin' wagon that I was describing earlier. And that might be functional, but you gotta have some style in a zombie apocalypse, you know?
Well, the thing is like today I had to take it up somebody's dirt driveway, and they're like, "Well, you handled it pretty
Man,
well."
the pauses there just made that sound so much worse than it needed to. I was taking it up someone's dirt driveway.
Well, I was taking it up there and it's like, it handled a lot better than I thought it was. And it's like, yeah, every vehicle that you don't make payments on handles better off-road. Yeah. I lost something, I think.
Any idea what it might
Sanity.
be?
A will to
Oh,
live.
there it is. You know, a Jeep. I own several Jeeps, and yeah, they're that. Depending on the model, yeah, I can see it. The reason why I chose the van as the apocalypse vehicle is it gets good gas mileage. So if you're in an apocalyptic scenario, not having to stop for gas is a good idea. I have a shit ton of tools in it, and you know, and it's also fairly robust. So, and plus, it's there. So, but in an ideal scenario, I want a Baja Bug because that way I don't have to worry about maintaining the cooling system.
Travis, I saw something. I opened up Twitter, started scrolling. Channel 8. They said posted on Twitter. St. Francis has lit up pink tonight to honor those who were lost in Wednesday's tragic shooting. If I was just driving by St. Francis and I didn't know about the news, from yesterday and everything, I'd be like, isn't it a little early for breast cancer awareness? I thought that was October. I don't know why they went with pink.
Yeah, I don't get that either. I mean, I would have went with blue or I don't know. I hate it when I lose what window I'm wanting to look in. I had a XJ, a 1989 Laredo 2-door, and it was amazing until the head cracked on it.
Yeah, we used to have a Ford Bronco that I used to call the Jeep. Because it looked like a Jeep, but it wasn't a Jeep. It was a Ford Bronco.
It was a Ford Bronco rednecked into being a Jeep.
Let's see if I can find it.
I really think that OJ should be like promoting the new Bronco. Well, talking about Twitter, there was a small little like petition going around to get Twitter to give OJ his blue check.
Now that he's out of prison again, because he is, right?
Yeah.
Been out for a couple of years now.
Yeah, I mean,
he's been out a while.
They wanted to give him his blue check mark, and on one hand, fuck no, but on the other hand, how is he going to have like any worse opinions about anything than any other fucking blue check?
This is as close as I can find to what the Jeep our Jeep look like.
That's not bad looking.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Wait a second. Chris Farley's cousin is the CEO of Ford? Really?
Huh.
That both sounds ridiculous and like something that, yeah, I can imagine that.
Because that would be hilarious if they had debuted the new Bronco on OJ's birthday, and Travis talking about getting him to cut the ad for it. Just see him going through like all the features, like, and the interior, really easy to get blood out of, just as a
So
added
easy to
bonus.
clean.
Yeah. So easy to clean and maintain.
See, the problem is the only way that you would get that skit done right is if you were able to get Norm Macdonald to be resurrected to write the skit for it.
That's fair.
He put out he has a new stand-up out.
I have not seen it. I heard it was pretty good though.
I have been meaning to check it out.
You mean, who has a new stand-up?
Norm Macdonald had a one final stand-up in the can before he passed.
Okay, recorded that hadn't been aired.
Yeah.
My wife said that Norm Macdonald was not funny, and I damn near...
Annulment on the spot.
Yeah.
I damn near left.
Oh, who's sitting on the front porch this evening? Was that you?
Yeah, it's...
That's
And
why...
Given what... You first.
That's why I set the car on fire. No.
Understandable. So, given what you've said before, I'm willing to bet I know exactly when that opinion happened. Did it happen to coincide with when he got kicked off The View?
Yes.
Yep.
Wait, what did he say on The View again? I forget.
Oh, it was glorious. So he was on The View, and
Oh, was he still making fun of the Clintons killing people? Was that it?
yeah, it was.
The Bill Clinton was a murderer. That's right. Okay, I'm remembering now.
It was shortly after Bush was elected, and The View were going against Bush because that was what was in vogue at the time, and they were.
I don't want to think about their shaving habits, Sanguine.
They were just going after it, saying that
He was the worst man to have ever been elected president, all this and that, insulting his character. And Norm just went, well, I'm just kind of happy that we don't have a murderer in the White House anymore. And they went, what? Well, Bill and Hillary, they killed people. I thought everyone knew that.
yeah. I thought everyone knew.
And they just kept on trying to, no, Norm, what are you saying? You can't say that. And he's like, what? It's common knowledge. They killed people. Everyone should know about this.
We and her have like a really, really opposite opinion. We're both different political spectrum too. And, you can guess kind of mine, and you can guess hers.
Oh my God, you're her James Carville, and
Yes.
she's shit, the name escapes me.
Yeah.
Or or is it just flipped around? Is
It's
she your
flipped-
James Carville?
Yeah, because she is ultra left, and I am. I'm over here.
Yeah, the person that you're thinking of is Madeleine Albright, I think.
James Carville wasn't married to Madeleine Albright.
that's the name that I always remember people mentioning.
Madeline.
They both worked for Clinton.
Let me quickly pull it up.
She was
Mary
the
Matlin.
Mary Matlin. That's it.
Yes.
I always want to confuse her for that deaf actress.
Well, I almost
Okay.
called her
That's Marley Matlin.
Yes. They're very
And
close. That's
Too
why I've
many
been
names that
confused.
use the same things.
But she gave me her opinion about like stand-up comedy. She's like, it's just a dead art form.
Did
It's
she
not
say that
funny
they got to
anymore.
punch up?
Yes.
Oh.
But I need to bring this up because I need to ask the brain trust this.
Oh God.
Can comedy
No. Right, yeah, wait.
can comedy be non-problematic to everyone?
No.
No.
Okay.
Somebody's not gonna like it. Somebody's gonna find a problem with it.
That comedian, the millennial one, Bo Burnham or something like that.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, his comedy's hilarious, and it's non-problematic. And I'm like,
have
what?
you not listened to any of it? Like,
Well, no, I just kind of stopped because I haven't watched any of it, so I don't really know. But I'm just like stopping. It's like, how can it be comedy if nobody can find the problem with it?
she has. What the hell has she been watching? Because either that or the jokes are flying over her head.
I've not watched any Bo Burnham in a good long while, but I remember enjoying what I did see, and I'm sure there were still people that had problems with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I just don't recall off the top of my head because, I mean, seems like every comedian offends somebody. Remember Tom Segura got people were all mad at him for using the word retarded,
Mm-hmm.
and a joke about how you couldn't say retarded anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I remember his reply after.
Well, that's retarded. Yeah.
After that lady, dear Netflix, do not pull my special. If you do, that would be retarded.
And then I had to the other day when she was out on her team at work has trivia night, and I watched Ricky Gervais's special,
Mm-hmm.
and then watched Dave Chappelle's on her Netflix account.
Nice.
And so she pulls it up and she's like, "Oh my God, Travis, They were both funny. I laughed. I laughed at problematic stuff.
Yeah,
Was she more disappointed in that, or like catching you watching porn? What do you think?
Well, she's a liberal, so porn would be empowering to women.
Well, no, it depends on the type
No.
of liberal, because you have some liberals that say that porn is, or that being a
Exploitative.
porn star is empowering, but consuming porn is exploitative. Then you have others that say certain types are exploitative, other types aren't, and it's just absolute fucking insanity.
He very much looks like a Farley.
Yeah.
I don't know. He looks more like Dan Aykroyd to me, but okay. That's Chris Farley's cousin, the CEO of Ford.
Yeah.
Jim.
I'm kind of getting a love child between Farley and Aykroyd, yeah.
For But yeah, I've been wanting to ask that question to y'all for weeks about can comedy be unproblematic to everyone? And I'm like,
Oh well, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to probably have to rethink that now that I've given it a couple minutes. Has Jim Gaffigan gotten any trouble for his material, like stand-up wise? Or Brian
no.
Regan?
If anything, Jim Gaffigan's gotten some shit for being
Twitter
anti-Trump.
and yeah.
See,
That's about it.
But he hasn't put any of that in his stand-up, has he?
No.
there's only one way that you could have a bit of comedy that is insulting to no one, and that is only if the selected focus for the comedy does not take offense and is choosing not to take offense. So, comedy that is laughing at the comedian itself, that can skate by as something that people might consider comedy that is offensive to no one, because that's Jim Gaffigan. Jim Gaffigan makes fun of himself, makes fun of how he does things. But even then, there are people now that would get pissed off at a lot of Jim Gaffigan's bits. Because how often are Jim Gaffigan's jokes about how he's kind of fat and unattractive? Now, imagine a fat's rights person listening to one of those jokes, listening to him associated.
Travis's fat studies friend. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe she would be offended by Jim Gaffigan.
Well, she does have a look of a person that is just perennially offended.
You have the
Perennially.
Irish jokes where the Irish tend not to get pissed off when there's a bunch of Irish jokes, but that's more a choice rather than it just not having the ability to be offensive. So the only way that you could have completely non-offensive comedy is if the subject of the joke has chosen to not allow themselves to become offended. That would be my full answer. Because everything else can either be offensive if you take it in one way or another, or it just isn't anything. It's maybe a statement rather than a joke. In order for it to be a joke, it has to be somewhat biting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Crossa said he makes Christian jokes, but no one cares about offending them.
That's what I'm saying. It's if the people have chosen not to be offended, because a good chunk of the time, when you hear a Christian joke, there's a couple Christians that will get offended by it, but a lot of the people laughing the hardest are the Christians. Because they're going, yeah, that is kind of a ridiculous part of this.
You know, I gotta remember when that movie came out now. Do you guys remember the that Ashton Kutcher movie? It was a Guess Who with Bernie Mac.
Yeah. Guess who's coming to dinner?
No, that was a Sidney Poitier one. I think it was just called Guess Who.
Well,
Yeah, it was
there's a
the-
remake of it
Comedy remake of the original.
with Ashton Kutcher and Bernie Mac.
Yep.
Yeah, Guess Who. That's the one I was talking about. When did that came out? Oh, 2000. Yeah, that's right, 2005.
That's right.
I remember the only time I ever told like black jokes was after this movie came out,
Mm-hmm.
and it it was to my friend, my black friend who was a neighbor in my apartment complex. He was a couple grades below me, and I guess he'd seen that movie, and he's like, "Do you know black jokes?" I was like, "Some."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Will you tell me those jokes?" I'm like, "I feel like this is a trap."
So do I.
I was like, "I'm gonna need you to sign a release." But no, he's like, "No, I ain't never heard. I was like, "You never heard any black jokes? Like, not even from other black people? Really? Come on, you bullshit me right now, right?"
Okay, here's something I didn't know about Jim Gaffigan. I was doing a search to see if anyone was actually complaining about Jim Gaffigan stuff, and I found this.
Which is
He was a football player.
at Purdue. Wow, I did not know that.
I did not know that either. You certainly wouldn't tell by looking at him now.
Well, I mean, like Drew Carey show days, like you wouldn't have like, oh yeah, Drew Carey, that looks like a Marine,
Mm-hmm.
and then you see like his picture from when he was in.
Or Bob
okay.
Ross. Bob Ross is Air Force sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Mexicans watch the news. Oh, still on? Oh,
Wasn't Bob Ross a DI?
I
don't know.
I don't know. I just know that he got tired of yelling and just completely changed his personality.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
That's why
that
I'm
was
thinking I remember hearing that he was a DI because I would explain the constant yelling.
yeah, that's the only time I ever told those black jokes, and he laughed his ass off. He thought they were hilarious. So I guess going by Sanguine's definition, those jokes were not offensive. They were not problematic.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, the way that it should be, and that's the only way that you can have a joke that is non-offensive, is if everyone agrees we aren't going to take offense. And that's where a lot of old school comedians used to reside, where you would listen to a comedian, and he would rip the piss out of Italians, and then rip the piss out of the Poles, and rip the piss out of the Irish, the English, the Germans, and just go through the entire list of nations on Earth, hitting each one with joke after joke after joke. And now that would be considered fucked up and racist the moment that he got to ripping on Africans.
That reminds me of a P.J. O'Rourke article from his glory days of the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote an article that said foreigners from around the world, and it was just him describing every ethnicity and nationality he met.
Mm-hmm.
And I just always loved that title.
See, I'm just imagining like it was that Dankula video where he went around the world, but just in print form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was you can find it on YouTube, but there was a TV series called Jeremy Clarkson Meets the Neighbors.
That sounds amazing. I need to look it up.
The German one was hilarious because he met a Luftwaffe pilot, and
Fucking
and,
right.
and he said, and the guy said, "We were having a good time until you Tommies spoiled it."
Yeah, I love Jeremy Clarkson. He's one of those people that would rip the piss out of everyone.
Oh, have you? I have to sit down. I need to watch his Clarkson's Farm sometime. But
I haven't watched that yet, but it's on my list.
I have I love Jeremy Clarkson, but there's sometimes that I think James May was the better.
They had different humors,
Yeah.
and both of them, when they hit, good God, they rang like a bell.
I always think that Hammond was there just to keep those two from coming to blows.
You know, I was watching we were just trying to find something on TV for at least to kill some time. And we found classic TV show bloopers on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, oh, it's a bunch of old TV shows from, before I was able to reach cognitive dissonance.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always thinking, I had never heard I never heard the word fuck prior to being 7.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least I don't remember hearing it. And so I'm like, okay, no one's ever said it. And yeah, like, that is all this is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Valine's asking if my friend never saw a Chappelle show. Like, I had to look back up when Chappelle show first aired. That was back in 2003.
Mm-hmm. And that was part of the new Chappelle set that made me laugh the hardest, was when he was saying, I keep seeing a lot of people say that I'm against the trans community. And that's bullshit. If you've been paying attention to my career, you'll all know who I'm against. I've made it very clear in everything. I'm against you white motherfuckers. I just damn near died when he started in on that, because it was fucking hilarious. He built it up perfectly.
I remember we went and saw. I took my eldest stepson to go see Chappelle in Missoula, actually,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to sit behind a bar. I had the worst seat. I sat behind an armrest, like to where like I had to literally either stand or like be permanently leaning. And while I was leaning in front of the guy sitting next to, so he's kind of like pushing me back over to my spot, and I'm like, fuck, I picked a bad spot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a great set. Got a friend of mine bitching on Facebook that he was telling transphobic jokes. I'm like, was he though?
From the new set, the one that they keep on pointing to as, see, that was a transphobic joke, was him going, so, I've been looking up what different words mean, especially about this J.K. Rowling thing. There's a lot of words being thrown around that I didn't know what they meant. Like, well, first let's start off with feminist. And he gives the basic bitch definition of feminist. The arguing for equality between the sexes one, which has its flaws, but whatever. So he gives that definition. Then he says, But they've been calling her a TUR, which is a exclusionary radical feminist, and he explains why they've been calling her a TERF. And he went, "So, I found out I'm a TERF." That was the joke that they kept on pointing to as, see, that's him being transphobic. And I'm going, the reason was, I believe that men and women exist. So I guess that makes me a TERF. That's not a joke against trans people. What the fuck?
Just to pause for a second here. I want to just. There is a cat bed right there, and
the cat's laying right next to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's because the other cat's not in the room.
Oh yeah, they're not. Yeah.
How much time did the cat spend like in the box that the cat bed came in, though?
Too much. I brought home a box for like.
Oh, there it is. He's by the doorway.
Oh no, it's the three-legged one. It's Delilah. She wants something.
She wants that bed.
What? She's a very suspicious-looking cat.
She's gonna sit and judge.
But yeah, it was a box for a computer case, and Chomp decided to hop into it, and she kind of like got herself like kind of half stuck. So all you see is like the two back legs and a tail just kind of outside this box, and it's just wiggling around. It's just amazing. It was hilarious.
Our oldest cat, like if you put a box down, like she is in it within 5 minutes, if that.
Sorry, Twitter.
No, I thought you were laughing at Cannibalistic Wizard as well.
The cat, Robin brought home a brand new yoga mat because the cat clawed up her old one because she just leaves it out.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I wanted to get this one and get it used before the cat had an opportunity to scratch on it. And right after she said that, the mat is still in her hands, and the cat just goes, and then just pulls it down.
Oh, look, a gift for me.
Oh.
John, I sent you a DM with that. If you want to put it on stream, I thought it was pretty funny.
The thing that Cannibalistic said that made me laugh was, "Vent the cat, it's sus." So I just had the mental image of a cat being sucked out into space.
You know, we haven't actually played that game in a while.
Yeah, it has been a while.
I'm better at that than I am the Goose Duck. Or what? Yeah, Goose Duck. That's right.
Yeah.
I want to see Monkey and Jack play the Untitled Goose Game together on stream.
What?
The Untitled Goose Game.
I'm unaware.
Basically, you're just a goose, and your job is to go around and harass people within this village.
But yeah, I saw this as I was scrolling.
Nice.
I thought that was pretty funny.
That must be a strip joint.
Yes.
As if you can tell by the picture on top.
I'd still smash, but
I mean, maybe if she lost the Dr. Evil suit. Because that was a little weird.
And the penchant for making people get their fingers amputated.
I don't plan to stick around long enough for that.
I didn't even plan on giving her a name.
How long do you think it takes her to throw a bottle of mineral spirits?
The moment it takes her to find Matt Jarbo.
Well, we can't all be Matt Jarbo.
We are Legion.
We are Jarbo. We are Legion.
Did you
Older collective.
Did y'all were y'all listening to Monkey earlier when he was talking about like face reveals?
I
was not.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I am against Monkey doing a face reveal because I want to continue imagining him as a monkey.
Yeah, who was it that did like the little animation of him with like Lady Monkey coming in to talk to him? Because that was funny.
Yeah.
I don't know who did that video, but I remember it, and that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the animation wasn't, it wasn't spectacular or anything. It was like kind of a, on the fly job.
It was well done.
But yeah, it was good enough for me to remember it. However long it's been.
Adonis by Tolte.
Bottle.
I would but yeah, I don't like it, and I'm very against my own face reveal. I don't think I'll ever do one.
God, I
Okay.
hope not.
Understandable.
I just think about like when that picture of Bering got circulating,
Mm-hmm.
and then Dankula said he looked like Wreck-It Ralph. I'm like, I can't unsee that now. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Sugar Tits.
She did hers on her own channel.
Oh,
Yeah, she cute.
No, and it's funny because I'm like, do I want to see Bering's face? I'm like, yeah, I'm interested enough. And I went and looked, and I'm like, yeah, he looks like I thought he would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, what if the face just doesn't match? Like, wait a second.
it ruins it. I think. I mean,
If the face matches, it improves it. If the face doesn't match, it ruins it. Yeah, I'd agree.
No offense, Terry.
am I only getting half of like the chat because I can't? I think I'm missing some people.
Are you in top or live?
Top.
Well, that would be.
I'm on
Then
live.
yes, you are.
Oh, damn it.
So, did you guys know yesterday was Clint Eastwood's birthday?
I did not. So how old is he now?
92.
Old enough
Damn.
to imagine there's actually someone in that chair.
He's younger than my grandma.
Was it? Isn't Shatner's like 94, isn't he?
I think he's 93.
Shit, really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Maybe
He's well preserved, so.
maybe I was thinking of Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is like 94,
Oh.
95.
Let's see. No, he is. Let's see. He's 31. Born in 31.
Oh, Mel Brooks was born in 31?
No, Shatner.
Shatner. Oh, okay.
So he's 91.
Oh, 91. Okay. Yeah, so I guess I got him confused for Mel Brooks, because Mel Brooks is, I think he's like 94, 95, somewhere in there.
Mel Brooks was born in 26.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. Okay, so I'm way off. All right, never mind.
No.
It's 95.
Oh.
Yeah, that's 95, 96.
No, I just meant
You're
like
too
with,
high to do the subtraction, aren't you?
He forgot to carry the one.
Public school. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, he thought that when you said 35 and then 26, you were saying that they were actually 35 and 26. And he's just going, wow, they look like shit.
It's libertarian math. That one can carry itself. Okay, I thought that was a lot funnier in my head. I mean,
Oh, I was drinking some rum when you said it, so I couldn't.
And I don't know what Johnny was doing, and we've already established I'm stoned, so I mean, it was a good joke. You just, yeah.
Wrong crowd.
Well, no, I would have laughed. I just had rum in my mouth, and I wasn't going to laugh while drinking rum.
But we are getting close enough to that time. I've got to go to bed.
yeah.
I'm going to start with some parting thoughts. Travis?
You know, I always come up with a good one, and then I forget it when I go on the air.
Beef.
And when in doubt, don't look up.
Alright. Sanguine?
I'll leave off with my standard of if you're passionate about something, make sure that you devour it. Don't let it devour you.
And Camel?
I just pulled up something real quick. An alcoholic is someone you don't like who drinks as much as you do.
Alright. You will take... the only thing we don't have a god for is premature ejaculation, but I hear that's coming quickly.
Oh, I got one. I just thought of a good one because I brought up PJ O'Rourke earlier. Cleanliness is next to godliness, and the less godly you are, the cleaner you better be.
Nice.
Nice.
And with that, the zoo is closed. Thanks everyone for showing up, and have a good night.
Have a good night, all.